Let's talk about erasers. It's funny how a single school supply can have two completely different lives. There's the one that it was made for, and then there's the one that people gave it. Its intended purpose is simple: to erase mistakes. You slide and rub the eraser over it, and poof, it vanished. But no, they do other questionable things. Here's the eraser, the Bitten one. Suddenly it's not a tool anymore, it's a chew toy. You'd find them with bite marks, looking like a piece of chewed up gum that you find under a desk. I swear every kid had to find out if it had a taste. And by the way, it doesn't. It just tastes like disappointment. But I guess it feels nice on the teeth since teachers don't allow chewing gum in class and they chew the eraser instead. And then came the Frankenstein eraser. They used a stapler to staple two pieces of erasers together. I didn't see the point in this one, but I guess you need more surface area to hold onto when you're erasing. But that's just me. But the most common erasers, and you know it's true, was the stabbed erasers. Now here's a small trypophobia warning in case you're uncomfortable, but do not worry, it won't be as bad as you think. I have that phobia too. This was just as hard for me to see as if it was for you. Now these people just sit there during a boring lecture, a blank stare on their face, mindlessly poking at their eraser with their pencil until it looked like murdered Swiss cheese. For some reason, they found satisfaction stabbing the eraser. I think it was a sense of curiosity and boredom, but I think it's an early set case of murderous psychopath. They say that its early signs of a killer is that them killing small animals like lizards and birds, but I think it's the school eraser. Then there is Thor's hammer, aka Thor's eraser, where they stab the eraser from the eraser metal of the pencil and use it as a substitute. But I guess it's creative, but the counterweight from holding it will be off since one side is heavier than the other. But you do you, man. But beyond the bites and stabs, the eraser also brought out artists. Forget canvases, the pink erasers were the perfect portable gallery for masterpieces. And what was the most common masterpiece? The Roblox Face Man. You had to give those little lines for abs, even though you had no idea what the abs really looked like. He was basically the Mona Lisa of eraser art. There was even a female version with big lips and a bikini outfit. And for those people who couldn't make a decision to save their lives, the eraser became a small, rubbery fortune teller. They wrote yes on one side and no on the other. And if they were feeling very indecisive, a tiny maybe was written on the narrow side of the eraser as well. It was basically a magic 8-ball, but as an eraser. I didn't grow up doing this eraser, but I'm assuming they would roll it like dice and see where it lands on. And all life's big questions were asked. Should I do my homework? Should I skip class? Should I ask Peach for prom for the 7th time? But perhaps the most common fate, and certainly the grimiest, was the dirty eraser. This is the one that you leave at the bottom of your pencil case, letting it all tumble with all the broken pencil shavings, crayon bits, and mysterious crumbs. Over the weeks, it would slowly absorb every speck of graphite, every fleck of dirt, until that once beautiful, vibrant pink is completely gone. And if you had one of those covered pencil sharpeners and it broke inside, everything is turning black. That eraser won't just be dirty, it will just be a solid black brick, more capable of making a smudge mark than removing one. Now, I used my erasers for their intended purposes, but I had a friend who made up for all my lack of imagination. His name was Watermelon. He was bro, and he was also the eraser friend. He didn't just abuse his own, he collected them. He would find these abominations everywhere, in the bathroom, floor of the lunchroom, and once he pulled out a grimy one right out of the trash can. I swear, he was like Thanos gathering the Infinity Stones. And the stones are erasers. And this is where my story gets even more ridiculous. One time I'm doing my classwork and I made a mistake. My pencil eraser ran out, so I do the one thing I'll know I'll regret. Asking Watermelon for an eraser. He looked at me with a mischievous grin and he pulls out this thing out of his bag. This thing, it was almost completely black, worn down onto a perfect little ball. But the worst part, he's given it a face. 2 stab holes for eyes, a gaping crater for the nose, and a crooked pencil line for a smile. My face was a mixture of confusion, disgust, and pure terror. I took it thinking, hey, it's better than nothing, right? Wrong. I tried to use it, but it didn't erase anything. It just smeared the graphite everywhere, making it bigger, darker mess on my page. I'm trying to rub it out, but it's making everything worse. So much so that my paper rips. I looked down at my now ruined classwork, and then I looked up at Watermelon. He is just sitting there, looking at me with the most innocent expression, like nothing is wrong. And then I look at his desk. He has another eraser, the Roblox Face Man, in good erasing condition. What is wrong? On TikTok, you could send images in the comment section, and people started sending their erasers that they had on my bro's eraser meme videos, and oh my gosh, some of y'all erasers are crazy. Now, I want to hear from you. What kind of eraser did you have growing up? Were they clean use, or were you a chaos psychopath like Watermelon? Let me know in the comments below. And in the next video, we'll be tackling another school supply that has its own bizarre story, the pencil. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.